The little appears like an unassuming card, but comes with a mischievous and somewhat unexpected nature. The kanji character on the top of this card is ko, meaning little or small in Japanese. The character on this card resembles a small, jester-like figure with oversized hat and clothes, and yet her visible form is so small that it can barely be seen, showing up as a tiny bouncing orb of light in Sakura's bedroom. This is synonymous with the concept of a diva, a word meaning anything of excellence, and suggesting the individual spirit of everything of which exists, from a mote of dust to an entire planet. In what could be described as a type of panpsychism, the idea that everything contains within it a form of consciousness, a diva may be the blueprint of which gives form to all of the things in the universe. It can also be the distinct feeling or personality we get from things, and is thus related to anthropomorphism, such as sensing a delicate flower like a dancing fairy, for example, or giving a brand a face or personality that people can relate to. Perhaps the most striking symbol with this card is its chief ability, that of making things small, just as it does to Sakura herself when she shrinks down to a minuscule size. When we see this along with the symbolism of the dress of which is worn in this episode, we can see clear similarities to the shrinking of Alice in Lewis Carroll's deeply symbolic work, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. In the Cardcaptor story, a tiny Sakura is chased by cats and insects as the little card appears to take great pleasure in her confusion and difficulty. With Alice, she has no control over her changing in size, and finds that she is too big for some things and too small for others. For instance, she is the right size to enter the door, but can't unlock it as the key is too far above her on a tabletop. It's believed that these strange symbols may represent the constant and uncontrollable process of aging, and in this case the often confusing world of growing from a child into an adolescent. When we consider that the lock and key is a known symbol for sexual unity, and thus the unlocking of the key of life, and we see the growing of Alice's neck is akin to the confusion and worry of the changing body during the puberty process, then one can see these symbols more clearly. It can also be taken in an esoteric fashion to represent the shrinking of the ego, a fundamental part of the mystery traditions and believed to be the key to growing in a spiritual sense, such as how one side of a mushroom will make Alice bigger and the other side smaller, thus invoking once again the duality of such magical works. The confusion of Alice's changing body would hereby be the disconnection of one's spirit from the body, such as how in the near-death experience people often say that they feel no longer connected to their bodies at all, because their consciousness has suddenly expanded. We can see this echoed on the little card, with her jester's hat of which points in two directions, one side large and flopping over her front, the other side smaller and more rigid looking. This is Solve, turning from physical into spirit, and Coagula, turning from spirit into physical. Together, Solve and Coagula means to dissolve and coagulate, or in other words, that something must be broken down to its smallest, most individual components before it can be built back up again. This symbol is amongst the central themes of the famously misunderstood Baphomet image, and in terms of the little, once again it draws upon the shrinking of our ego to achieve or dissolve our connections with the things of the world. appearing like a button or a clasp for her costume. We can see this green circle on the card, of which could be Netzach, one of the Sephiroth on the Tree of Life, and interesting when combined with the personality of the little card. Netzach is endurance, the patience required to see the manifestation of your passion. After all, it is only after the struggle and endurance of surviving the world as a tiny creature that Sakura is able to reclaim her normal size and capture the card. And so to draw this card may be to ask the observer to find that endurance within when you feel small, or when you feel that problems tower over you. Just as Alice experiences in her trip to Wonderland, it may ask us to examine and work with our temporary smallness, to not be afraid of the new perspective of which this tiny size gives us. This card may also ask the reader to make themselves small as to appear invisible, the famous grand illusion of the magician, the ability to blend into a crowd unseen, to vanish when our troubles appear on the horizon, and thus to escape unharmed.